My, na- my name's Davida Shinsky, and the title of this program is Live Without Limits, Dreams Come True with the Right Mindset. And today's presentation is titled Why Self-Growth Needs a Little More Patience and Kindness. It is the information age, and the only problem is that the information everyone seems to get these days is that every other person is living a better life than they really are. They see the news about the kid who made millions posting funny videos on social media, a businesswoman who bought herself a brand new Lamborghini, the newest couples, the freshest star in the industry, and so on. It never ceases. A hyper optimized flood of information makes us see the extremes of everything. They make everything, including trivial matters, seem like a life or death situation, mounting pressure on us. This is what we see as the information age. And the problem is that because you hear all this information, especially on the internet, people post things that they want to look like they're doing really great when they're not. And just remember, half the stuff that you see on the internet isn't really true. So you really have to be able to filter out and read between the lines, because everyone wants everyone else to think that they're in a better position than they really are. Feeling the pressure. It doesn't end there. Since this skewed information is so widely dispensed, we find that everyone around us also reinforces the pressure. Everything sums up to give us the impression that we are being left behind, we are lagging, that our lives are somehow worse. We must be doing something wrong or not doing enough. And we need to respond quickly and drastically. How do we respond? By cranking up the demands that we place on ourselves. We add more tasks to the schedule, limit time with friends and family, multitask, double book, optimize, and hair splitting deadlines. No time must be spared. We must work, hustle, 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 till we achieve that grand goal as quickly as possible. The survivorship bias. And think about all the things that you can do to help yourself survive. Also, what I want you to think about is this, that survival depends on you. We want it now. We want to do it now because it seems every other person has already done it, is about to do it. What we don't see to factor in is the survivorship bias. Survivorship bias or survival bias is the logical error of concentrating on the people or the things that made it past some selection process and overlooking those that did not, typically because of their lack of visibility. This can lead to some false conclusions in several different ways. For every successful person we see, there are a whole lot more other people who tried to do what they did but failed. Even amongst the success stories, there are still those who are doing a whole lot better than, at least when you factor in the age or stage that we're in. Society seems to have relegated the virtue of patience to the back burner. Seldom are you advised to be patient, to wait for your turn, to wait for your season, to go at your own pace, to achieve your own success. But there's a reason for the saying. Patience is a conquering virtue, said Geoffrey Chaucer. Why you should be patient with yourself. Consider that it's nature. Everything takes its time to blossom. A seed planted today may remain buried for days and sometimes weeks before sprouting. Then they take even longer to grow, nature, and yield harvest. This is the same with all other living things, birds, cattle, fishes, and humans. Yes, humans, too, are part of nature, but we seem to forget. We treat ourselves like machines, and like the machines, we begin to wear and tear, no matter how great the talent or effects that some things just take time. You can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant, said Warren Buffett. Good things take time, and the best thing in life happens at their own time. Consider the sun and the moon. They can both glow in splendor, lighting up the skies. Yet they know when to wait for the other to shine. There is no outshining each other. They simply wait for the turn. Our lives aren't much different. We all have our times and seasons. A lot of the people believe in overnight success, but this too is short sighted. Most overnight successes are actually the result of years of hard work and commitment. Your time will come. Just like the nocturnal animals wait till nighttime before they emerge, sometimes we need to wait till it is our time to emerge, a time when no other person can challenge. It may be that you prefer working at night rather than rushing through the hectic days. On the other hand, it might be the technology, market, or trend that would make you excel, yet available. It may also be that you are just not ready yet. And this is okay. Now, I think I need to go back here and kind of tell you a little story that in my case, because of my disability, I don't have a lot of mobility. And for the past 30 years, I've been working towards building and growing my business as a speaker and a trainer and putting on webinars and virtual meetings. And only since the access of the internet and being able to do what I did offline, online, have things been growing for me and excelling for me. But it's easy to get frustrated along the way when you work hard. Therefore, you need to take things slow and always remember, just because you set a goal and you set a date on that goal, many a times, if it's a small goal, it's attainable. But when you have goals that depend on other people and depend on what's going on around you, things can take longer. But it's the idea that you don't give up on your goals and you keep working towards them that makes everything work. We chase inordinate ambitions, hold others to unrealistic standards, and beat ourselves up for failings and torture ourselves by obsessing about those who in their time succeeded. The sad thing about all these is that even when we manage to achieve our dream, when our time finally comes, we quickly forget about it and start obsessing about a new dream. Stop and remind yourself what is really important. It takes a lot of self awareness to be able to catch yourself doing this, to realize that there would never be an end to this chase. There will always be a bigger, better dream to chase. You aren't really chasing anything that you are simply obsessed with chasing. That is why the best thing that you can do for yourself is always to remind yourself of what is important. You must ask yourself, what is that you need to live a good life? What is important to you? Ensure that your response to the question isn't another attempt to chase something, but to but a genuine understanding of what your values are and what it would take to do that. Once you're clear on that, you can call this your big picture to someone. This big picture might be finishing college, starting and running a profitable business, sitting down with the love of your life, having kids, contributing to a cause they strongly believe in. To you, it might be different. Nevertheless, it is important. Get clear on your bigger picture. Clarifying your big picture has many benefits, one of which is that it helps you to know what is important, what you should be grateful for, and it also helps you to put things into perspective so you don't get lost in the chase. And always remember to be patient with yourself. Just hang in there and never give up. Your time will come and the break that you've been waiting for will arrive. Enjoy the journey, enjoying where you are right now, and one day everything that you've worked hard for will eventually pay off. And here's another thing to think about. You're also running into the fact that when significant other people in your life, when they don't see you reaching your goals right away, what happens? They start getting negative, and then their negativity is what rubs off on you, and it makes you begin to believe that you're a failure. Therefore, what I want you to do is to think about my 5-day challenge, and that 5-day challenge is called Change Your Thoughts, Transform Your Life. And there's 5 things that we're going to cover. We're going to cover things about the unconscious mind and how it affects your behavior. We're going to cover toxic relationships and how they affect your mental health. The next day, we will cover things like the workplace culture and how that affects you and your relationships because of the communication. The next day, we're going to talk about how to change those negative thoughts into positive thoughts. And then on the last day, we will review everything and see where do you go from here. And if you want to participate in the challenge, you can go to changeyourthoughtschallenge.com/join the challenge. And I hope to see you there.